Hello everyone, here is going to be a video on a complete set, at least I think it is, of GEC bullet fans, or pretty much my GEC bullet fan collection. I've got 7 GEC bullet fans. We've got 4 rubber bladed models and 3 metal bladed models. The 4 rubber bladed models include this cream 8-inch desk fan, cream 8-inch model, this blue 10-inch model. If you compare it to this other 10-inch, you can see it's bluer. It's a blue 10-inch model. And we have this grey 10-inch model. We have a grey 12-inch model, which has a lot of paint loss, unfortunately. And then we got this like brownish metal bladed 10-inch desk fan. This blue metal bladed 12-inch desk fan that still has the badge, and then this blue brownish metal bladed 16-inch desk fan, which has white blades, and I've managed to scrub down the blades a bit more and remove all those annoying stains, so it looks nicer. I think we should begin with our rubber bladed options. I think these were all the models I did. I don't think they did a pedestal one. If they did, that's gonna be stupid rare. I don't think they did a rubber bladed 16-inch, and I don't think they did a metal bladed 8-inch. And also, you gotta remember, I don't have all the colours. Quite a few of them do different colours. Like 8-inch, the greys, usually grey these 8-inch ones, but it's a cream one. They also do them in red. The 10-inch ones are usually grey, but yeah, they did some of them like this blue colour, which is neat. And then obviously this is blue. At least mostly these 12-inch ones mostly came in these colour, but this is a blue one. And to be fair, it's like near mint condition for its age. It's in amazing condition. I don't know how it's in such good condition, but it is. And then the 16-inch one, I recently learned, they did another variant with a slider switch, a 3-speed slider switch, basically about 3 speeds rather than a dial. I know, because I got to see one recently. So yeah, I don't have all the colour variants, but I think these were all the models that they did of the GEC bullet series. Guess we could begin with this one. Yeah, if you can see, there's no grey 8-inch because I traded it for this one. The paint is in better condition on this one compared to the grey, but the rubber is in worse condition. On the grey 8-inch one, the rubber was immaculate, but on this one, it's unfortunately not. Might look to replace a cable because just with a nicer cable. Cause I don't really have much in terms of nice cables, but I think this fan could benefit. There's nothing wrong with that cable. This one doesn't really need much. It actually runs quite nicely. It really just, I think it could probably benefit from a new blade set. I think this blade set's not too horrible actually. Yeah, it's not actually that bad. Not the best, but it's not that bad, you know? However, it is a bit disgusting, needs a clean. But we can plug this one in. And let's run this little 8-inch fan. These 8-inch ones spin really fast and move a lot of air. Also, of all the fans here, the 16-inch and this 8-inch ones are the only ones that don't oscillate. And the 8-inch one doesn't have an oscillator. The 16-inch ones, the gears are stripped, completely stripped. But all of the other models you'll see here have working oscillators, which is incredible. It definitely shakes a little. I don't think the switch is original though. It is off. Next up, let's move on to these 2 10-inch models that I've got. I've got 3 10-inch GECs total, including the metal plated one. I used to have 3 12-inch ones, but I don't anymore because I sold one to fellow fan collector, the channel Random Crap. Now, this one I got off eBay earlier this year. This one was actually quite an interesting story. I got it from the same seller I got the pedestal fan from. Basically, I went to go collect that fan, travelled quite a while for it, and they basically just brought up, oh yeah, by the way, we've got this GEC bullet, we've got this like old blue fan if you're interested. And I was like, sure. And yeah, it was a doer-upper when I got it because the blades were horribly perished and the wiring was awful. The head wire is still awful on it, but the main cable was awful. It was torn, it was single insulated and only 2 core, these fans. So I've replaced it with a double insulated 3 core cable. But I need to replace that head wire because that is dreadful. That's a dreadful head wire. But I've replaced the rubber on the blades as well. So at least I've got not perished blades. You can really see good cutting job because I had to cut them out with a Stanley knife, but oh well. So yeah, I got this one off that seller, and to be fair, mechanically it was really good. This one doesn't really need much, this one's probably in better condition of the two. The paint's not too bad either actually. And it's also being rewired and runs quite well. Just pray that the insulation's not failed on that one yet, so I will change that head wire at some point because I think it's that and the metal blade 10-inch desperately needs, actually to be fair, quite a few of them need some new wiring as well. But yeah, let's run the both. Here's on for both. To be fair, they both run quite nicely. Both of them are good breeze. Here's off on both of them. They're not that bad in spin down. It could be better, but they're not that bad. Now here we move on to the one and only rubber bladed 12-inch I've got, which is this one. This one also needed some work, like rubber blade. It had new rubber blades, just like a blue 10-inch one, and it's also had its switch rewired because the previous owner didn't wire the cord, didn't wire the switch to the circuit for some reason. Switch works, so I don't know why they didn't, but I'm guessing they didn't know how to maybe and didn't want to mess it up. If so, fair enough. This one also, it still needs some work, needs a general motor service, and this cable is shot, like this cable is just bad. It needs a new cable as well. All the insulation tape is covering up the torn areas. It hasn't torn beyond the first layer, but it still needs to be changed. The rubber it had was perished as well, so it's been replaced. But we should start this one on high. Yeah, doesn't run the best. There's low. very slow though. High. And off. There you go, it's not too horrible of a spin down either. Next up, we're moving on to probably one of only 2 fans in this whole collection here that you haven't seen on the channel yet, which is this GEC Bullet 10-inch desk fan, the metal bladed model. These metal bladed ones are rarer than rubber bladed ones. The most common metal bladed one is 12-inch, I think, and a 16-inch I believe is the rarest. Unless they did a pedestal one, but that'll be the rarest. I don't think they did. This one also needs a new head wire. It's not as bad as the other 10-inch one, but it's still not particularly great. To be fair, it's not in too horrible condition. It functions, it oscillates, although I've just noticed this. Don't know what happened there, and might have had some paint at some point. Missing a badge, but they always do. Let's run it. Here's on. These smaller GEC metal bladed ones are not very powerful. Rubber bladed ones are good air movers. How restrictive it is, it's not too horrible. That needs some work still. General motor surfacing, I'm thinking as well. Now we move on to the 12-inch model, which is in the best condition out of all of them here. Still got its badge, because fans are like, yeah, it's chimney in such amazing. Look at that. I think I could try and show. Look at that. Barely any paint loss. Still got the badge, still got everything, still oscillates. I think it might still have original wiring as well. And it's in good condition. Also, one thing I've noticed about these metal bladed models is the larger they get, the worse the pitch gets. For some reason. Like the 10-inch model, that's quite good pitch. The 12-inch, not as good, but still decent. And the 16-inch, that's not great. How clean this plug is. Clean example of one of these. Let's run this. Here's high. I forgot this one does shake a bit. Yeah, again, it's not the most powerful either. Here's live. Not much difference between high and low. I like a 12, I like rubber blade 12-inch. That's in need of a servicing as well. I have to get onto that at some point. Now, last but certainly not least is the GEC Bullet 16-inch desk fan. The rarest of the bunch here, the most powerful, and my personal favourite. I've always liked these Bullet 16-inch models. I've always preferred them to the smaller ones. It's also way larger than the other models. Like, that's the 12-inch for comparison. It's the largest model by a mile and consumes like double the power of the 12-inch, or round double, I think. Unfortunately, this one is missing its badge, missing its information tag as well, and the grill's quite rusted. But it's still a neat fan. I do still like it. It's been I've rewired it as well because its original wiring was perished. This fan's tripped the breaker as well. It's the only one here that has tripped my breaker. Let's hope it doesn't do it again. Now we've got the fan plugged in. Let's start it on high. Starts up quite quickly. Yeah, unfortunately the oscillator is busted. But it's also got not sure if I showed this yet. See this little knob? That's to engage and disengage the oscillation. Unfortunately it's busted on this one, but yeah, you turn this one the other way and it engages the oscillation, which is really cool. I didn't know that. This one's by far the most powerful. Moves a powerful breeze. It's about as powerful, it's about similar power to a Tato 12-inch desk fan. But it's still impressive. Medium. Low. Low on this is more powerful than the 10-inch and 12-inch are on their max power. Here's off. Spin down's not the best either. Still needs some more work. Mostly just a general motor servicing and fixing of the oscillation. If you remember, the other 12-inch one I had the busted oscillation. Turns out, upon opening it, the oscillation is not busted. It's not. It's a non-oscillating model. What I didn't realise, a lot of GEC Bullet fans also were non-oscillating models. You knew that? I didn't know that. That is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see ya!